Yes.
So you're saying that
this is the part. We have to go back a little bit.
Somebody will say like this, I'm the best example of this. Somebody will say, I love Destiny. He's like such a truth sayer. I really agree with a lot of what he says. You go, oh, like, well, with what? And people, and I've watched people say this, they'll say things like, Destiny was like so right on Rittenhouse, and Destiny is so correct when he looks at like Israel, Palestine.
Yes.
And I really like how he holds the far left to account. But he really misses the mark when he talks about Trump. I think he has Trump.
So true. Describe me to a freaking book. Let's go.
I love Destiny because he's a truth sayer. He's really logical and valid, but they don't actually mean that. What they mean is they really like it when I support the things that they like, because when I do it,
No. I
can guarantee you he will not do that.
Why is that?
Because he's in his second term and he's no longer eligible, and he will believe he won and he will leave.
Yeah, but hasn't Donald Trump himself joked about running for a third term?
joked about, like, come on now. Your conspiratorial nonsense is all about a joke that Trump made. Like, you even said it yourself. All right, hello, my name is Mr. WhyzGuy, and we are going to be watching Destiny do what's on screen. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe, comments are great too. Thank you very much. And yeah, so just 4 things we're going to talk about. First is Destiny sort of called me out. This one's a little bit big. He sort of called me out. He doesn't know me, but he called me out, and it kind of hurt. It kind of hurt. And I did find a video. I think it's the Black Pill video. I need to actually set that up. Let me do that right now. Let's go to the Destiny calls me out, because like I think that's a bit more interesting. So you're terrifying me. Let me see if I could find
with people getting ripped away from reality. I understand what you're saying when you say Twitter and the internet isn't real life, but in a way they've become like a hyper reality where they're more real than the world that we live in. Where if you ask a conservative, like how many people are in the United States or what percentage you do this, they'll say 20%.
How many people have had this done?
If we're talking about the drugs, millions.
Millions of kids on puberty blockers? Millions? Americans think 21% of the population are gender? That can't.
It says over the last 5 years, there were at least 4,780 adolescents who started puberty blockers and had a prior gender.
Oh, no.
I could be wrong.
You did a whole documentary on this, didn't you?
Millions sound.
Wait, hold up. Did he? Let me see that. Let me actually like look that up. I don't think I know Matt Walsh, which is the guy that Destiny was just saying that he did a documentary. I know he made a documentary on the what is a woman thing, but did he do like a whole documentary on the 3 people in Matt Walsh anti-trans film? Yeah, anti-trans. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, so scary. Whatever. All right, the article exposes the deceptive tactics used by filmmakers of the anti-transgender documentary. Oh, What is a Woman is an... Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. What is a Woman is a documentary of the Okay, all right. That makes... Okay, all right. I look like an idiot there, but you know what? Okay, that makes sense. I understand now. I understand. I forget. I watched it, but I watched it a long time ago. I thought it was mostly about women, but I didn't think... That's the weird thing, though. They call it an anti-trans thing, and I'm like, no, it's about being a woman. and what is a woman? Like, he did do a documentary on that. I never thought of it that way, though, but that's interesting.
said terrifies me.
And then also, let me do like just a quick to drill home like the hyper reality example, okay?
I listened to most of your debate with the professor.
Which one?
That just happened recently. He looked
he looked 5-hour screaming match. That was such a good video. I'm gonna actually stream that. It's gonna be great. He did call me out a little bit. What is the key word? I need to find it. I'm not gonna watch this whole hour and 27-minute video. Got the transcript out, so I need a keyword. I forget what he's called. What does he say? I'm gonna listen to this and then it might jog my memory.
Interesting that in academia, a lot of the time it feels like now that people just accept this knowledge because they've been studying it for so long, and then when you actually
I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm engaged in propaganda. Yeah, and it's so I don't even know how many people watch me for past the aesthetic of truth versus
Yes.
So you're saying that
this is the part. We have to go back a little bit.
That you're saying, but I don't know if they believe the things that you're purporting. So somebody will say like this, I'm the best example of this. Somebody will say, I love Destiny. He's such a truth sayer. I really agree with a lot of what he says. You go, oh, well, with what? And people, and I've watched people say this, they'll say things like, Destiny was so right on Rittenhouse, and Destiny is so correct when he looks at Israel, Palestine.
Yes.
And I really like how he holds the far left to account. But he really misses the mark when he talks about Trump. I think he has Trump.
So true. Describe me to a freaking book. Let's go.
really misses the mark when he talks about Trump. I think he has Trump derangement syndrome, and he's like super off. Like for some reason, he's really critical of the government. When they fuck up in terms of like he'll talk about like structural disadvantages sometimes, but damn, he like believes the government when it comes to like the FDA and Fauci, and like sometimes he's really really smart when he pushes.
The Fauci thing, yeah, a little bit. I kind of subscribe to it a little bit, but not to a, like he can change my mind on the Fauci stuff and the FDA stuff. Like I kind of understand why Destiny kind of just believes the government a little too much. Like obviously we can't just mistrust it 100%. If the government's putting out, like if the government has like a weather station, you can't really politicize that. So like there's no reason to distrust the information of the government talking about the weather. Unless you're talking about climate change. Wait, maybe that's not really good a good description. But like for the most part, like because climate change is like a thing, but people overblow that stuff. Like they make climate change seem like it's gonna be like something that's gonna eventually, like, bro, climate is always changing. It's always been changing. It's like, oh, climate change is this new thing that's come. No, climate change has always been changing. It's changing very slowly though, so it's not that big of a deal. Like it's an issue, but like the rate that it's changing will out adapt it 10 times. Like the sea levels rising like what, maybe an inch or a centimeter per year or something. That's not going to delete anyone.
It's against like DEI and like affirmative action, and but then he'll say like really weird things like the illegal immigration is a problem. So like people will have these really strong opinions.
Illegal immigration is not a problem. Like it is a problem. Does he actually think it's not a problem? I thought Destiny talked about like, yeah, it is a little bit of a problem, but it's a bit overblown. Like I thought that was his point. I thought that's what he said in an older video. So I think he's just being a little bit hyperbolic on that one. Like I think Destiny does actually think it's a problem, but it's not as big as a problem as people are making it out to be, I guess. So let's just write that up to that.
Like, I love Destiny because he's a truth sayer. He's really logical and valid, but they don't actually mean that. What they mean is they really like it when I support the things that they like, because when I do it, it's...
No, I actually, no. I need the big screen for that. No, 100%. What you literally just said there, that's what I mean. I'm like what he's about to say right now here. I'll just let him talk, and then I'm going to say, no, that's false.
Valid, but they don't actually mean that. What they mean is they really like it when I support the things that they like, because when I do it, it's really good because of the way that I back up and research my things. But as soon as I step outside of the things that they like, I'm like, oh God, he's got derangement syndrome on this thing.
No, that's not me. Let's go back to the part where he described me perfectly.
Sometimes he's really, really smart when he pushes against like DEI and like affirmative action and shit. But then he'll say like really weird things like the illegal immigration is a problem. So like people will have these really strong opinions. Like I love Destiny because he's a truth sayer. He's really logical and valid, but they don't actually mean that. What they mean is they...
I actually do mean that. So get wrecked, Destiny. So he did call me out. Oh, I only like Destiny when he's talking about things that I like. Nah, I watched Destiny's. Like he has some good points on Trump. It's just the conspiratorial stuff on like what I found out here. Like let's just get back to this one. Actually, I'm showing you this now because this is like this is the thing he'll never convince me of.
On that, the only thing he cares about is Donald Trump.
I don't think it's the only thing he cares about. I think it's certainly the largest thing he
It's
cares
the
about.
largest thing he cares about, right? So
True.
you've got a man who only cares about himself.
Welcome
Not
to
even-
politics. I mean, it may be more...
But
it
that's
may
not
be-
even-
It may be more with Trump, but it's certainly not unique
But
to Trump.
I think that the issue
True.
with Trump too, though, is I think he's even a threat to the Republican Party, in which I think you would mostly agree with me. Maybe not overall, but on every individual point, Trump picks bad candidates. He has no concern for the future of the Republican Party. Like, for instance, I think there is a chance. I don't think it'll happen because of how the polling looks now. But if Trump didn't get the nomination, I think Trump would say screw it and run as an independent because he thinks he can win or whatever, right?
I mean, Trump did run as an independent first, and then he switched to in 2016 or 2015 he was an independent, and then he switched to the Republican Party because he realized that no one would take him too seriously enough, I guess. It's interesting how Destiny's saying this now with zero knowledge of him, of Trump actually doing that in the beginning, because Destiny didn't really care about him pre-2016, honestly.
I doubt that he would do that,
But most people didn't really care too much about Trump. Like, Trump was a celebrity pre-2016. Like, people loved him. And then he became in office, and then people were like, oh, I don't like the way Trump talks anymore. He just says really nasty things. He could be a racist, or he is a racist, because he said these bad things about other countries. He called the what did he say? What did Trump say? He said something shit whole countries. Yeah, And I'm like, Trump, maybe you shouldn't have said it that way. But I don't think he's like, if he was racist, then he wouldn't care for the support of the black community, which he has a lot of. And if you watch his rallies, you would see that, like, obviously he's not racist. If he was racist, he would disassociate with people of the black community. He wouldn't care to even talk to them or even show them any type of goodwill or anything. Like, he wouldn't care for their support at all. He would ignore them if he really was racist. Like, and that's obviously not true.
Theoretically,
possible.
Yeah.
I
mean, again,
he was really content to throw Georgia, the 2 runoff elections under the bus because Raffensperger didn't support him for the election.
So,
stuff.
what is all of this in service of? What's the generalized argument that you're making? Do you believe? I'll go back to my question. Do you think that if Trump wins, there will be no more elections? Is that like what? Put a percentage on it. What percentage do you think
that's a conspiracy theory? But this is the thing this is why, like, even Destiny, even like subscribing to this, even to a little bit of a degree, shows that Destiny isn't immune to conspiracy theories. He'll go into his own conspiratorial thing and then and use that to like logically make an argument, just like how Tim Pool likes to subscribe to other conspiracy theories, and Tim Pool actually enjoys it and shows that he's interested in that type of stuff and isn't trying to hide behind, I only talk about the facts and stuff and don't really like talking about conspiracy theories, which Destiny has said multiple times that he's not interested in the conspiratorial stuff. He doesn't like conspiracy theories. He avoids them at all costs, but he'll pseudo subscribe to this one and actually hold some weight and make a logical argument to it, just like Tim Pool, but in the opposite direction.
Reality.
If Donald Trump wins, I think there is a 100% chance that he will try to prevent the peaceful
Seriously? Are you sure about that?
transfer of power. In terms of would he succeed?
I can guarantee you he will not do that.
And the reason why I think he's going to say that he will try is because Destiny, he's afraid of Trump, which I'm not. So it just looks like stupid. And Ben just laughs at that because Ben also knows that that's just stupid.
I think there is a 100% chance that he will try to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. In terms of would he succeed?
I can guarantee you he will not do that.
Why is that?
Because he's in his second term and he's no longer eligible, and he will believe he won and he will leave.
Yeah, but hasn't Donald Trump himself joked about right?
Just like what happened in 2020. He'll believe that he won and just leave. Like, Biden is now in office. Like, it's just proof. 100%. It's facts right there. But Destiny's like, but he tried though. He tried. That's scary.
I can guarantee you he will not do that.
Why is that?
Because he's in his second term and he's no longer eligible, and he will believe he won and he will leave.
Yeah, but hasn't Donald Trump himself joked about running for a third term? I think that having a third term.
Joked about? Like, come on now. So you're holding your conspiratorial nonsense is all about a joke that Trump made. Like, you even said it yourself. Because, like, he called me out. And this is my defense of why I think his Trump stuff is just nonsense. Like, he talks about being factual and logical. But when it comes to Trump, we can throw some conspiracy theories in there a little bit. Like, it's all right. And I'm sitting here being like, bro, like, there's a reason why I don't subscribe to your Trump stuff, like how Trump's bad and stuff. It's conspiratorial. The reason why I like you is the logic and facts. You talk about Trump, we'll throw a little bit of logic and facts and a little bit of conspiracy theory. I'm like, okay, fine. You can have your opinion, but like, bro, I'm not going to switch on that one because of that. Like, the reason why I subscribed to your Israel-Palestine stuff and this was like, 3 months ago? The reason why I subscribed to Destiny's, remember to like and subscribe and come sticker too. Thank you very much. But the reason why I subscribed to Destiny's Israel-Palestine thoughts and things, because he actually did research on that. Months of research. It's insane. He's like the Wikipedia warrior. And I actually say that a little bit jokingly, but actually, like, truthfully, like, whenever he sees like a citing from another book, he goes out and looks for the chapter of that physical book on other websites to read that book that Wikipedia is sourcing from and throwing it on Wikipedia. Like, he does that so much. Like, he does a really good job on that. But when Trump is going in office, well, he could run for a third term. Well, I have no facts evidence to back that up. Even though he did try and didn't actually like stay in office. But who cares about that fact? Like, what? He's gonna try and run for a third term when Trump was obviously like butthurt with like what happened with 2020 and how he lost, but he still left. But we don't care about that fact. he still could. He still could. Like, what?
Term.
I think that having a third term.
What has Donald Trump not joked about? I mean, For God's
I don't.
sake.
Okay, hold on.
If you want to prevent him from creating a revolution, you probably should actually just appoint him president, and then he can't run again.
Here's another broad argument that I don't like in favor of Trump, and this was brought up earlier in terms of like we talk about like not grading presidents on a curve, but then earlier we said we take Biden's rhetoric.
Oh no, I totally grade Trump. I 100% grade presidents on a curve. Are you kidding?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did watch this a long time ago, and he misunderstood what Ben was saying.
I grade pretty much everybody on a curve.
Then I feel like
I don't treat my 7-year-old the same way that I treat my 9-year-old.
Sure, but I don't like that. Obama. It feels like we're treating Donald Trump like a 7-year-old or a 9-year-old. I think we should treat him like the president.
Yeah, and what he literally just said is that he doesn't treat Trump the same way that he treats Obama, which they're both presidents. But interesting how Destiny tries to pin him back on the whole 9-year-old, 7-year-old thing. Like, okay, good job.
President of the United States. I don't think having a president that has taken like concrete steps to prevent the transfer of power, which he did with the electorate sham, which he did with Pence, and which he did with trying to capitalize on the J6 violence, a president that's taken concrete steps towards coupping the government, essentially. I don't know why that guy, we'd say, well...
Are they really concrete steps? Like, you're putting a lot of weight onto this.
You know, it's Trump, he does Trump things. The guardrails held, I'll probably hold next time.
I mean, when we say we shouldn't, do you mean...
It's funny. Destiny subscribes to the government. Like he trusts the government a lot, but then when Trump's in the government, he's like, well, the government may not work this time. The government may not. Like, I like how he subscribes to the government when Trump's not in office. It's funny. But when Trump's in office, he's like, well, maybe I shouldn't trust this a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't trust that. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. All right, Destiny. Interesting. Very interesting.
That he should be actually barred from office.
I'm just talking about support for him. I don't even think Republicans should support Trump. You lose your incumbent advantage. The guy's obviously self-destructive. He's destructed the political party itself. Like,
do you think he should be on the ballot? You think there's a case to be made to remove him from the ballot?
I think there's a case to be made, but
he's being very reasonable here, which I respect.
Man, the phrasing, for as much as our governmental founding fathers and everybody else, wrote nice amendments and wrote nice the Constitution, some of the phrasing is very, very, very bleh. And the Section 3, the not requiring any type of actual conviction, I don't have a strong feeling on it. I will say I'm very interested in reading the majority opinion from the Supreme Court. I seriously doubt the Supreme Court is going to uphold that states should be able to decide if they leave them off the ballot or not. I think for the political future of the United States, it's probably not healthy that the leading opposition candidate is now going to be barred from the ballot. It's probably not healthy for us. Because
probably. I know. See, look, it's so hard for Destiny. It's so hard for Destiny to like he's saying probably, he's caveating so much because it's so hard for him to be on being like giving support to Trump. It's just so hard for him. Oh, it's just fun watching him bob and weave on this. Like, it's so difficult for him to do that. That's why I'm like, he has a bias against Trump, and that's why I don't. So this is his opinion. I don't care for his opinion on Trump. I like his opinions and his research to back it up on the whole Israel-Palestine stuff. And he was right on the Rittenhouse thing that he said before. And yeah, so I think that's it. I went through everything that I wanted to talk about. It's great. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and comments are great too. Thank you very much. And I hope you learned something. Tell me if I should stream these. I kind of want to stream them.